Yeah. It's ridiculous. Okay. Squeegee,
Yeah.
easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Let's slide on over to our actual.
But it's been 20 seconds, and there's dust collecting on it right now. And
There is, yeah. So once we go to actually open this, like we'll open up our film, allowing me and you to grab it at the same time, and then
Okay.
we're gonna do what I like to call a reverse roll.
Okay.
Where we put the film on. Before we even do that, we'll come back here, we'll squeegee it one more time.
All right, cool.
My plan is to just squeegee it and then come here, grab our film, we open it within 10-15 seconds, we get our film on.
Okay.
That's my
Cool.
All right, so here, let's open this up.
Okay.
What I found, there's 3 ways of getting the hood, getting this film onto the hood. One, we could open this up completely, and then we can peel the film from the actual liner.
Yeah.
Peel it, put it back down, and then we'll just have one big open piece of film that we could grab, bring to the car.
Uh-huh.
Like if I was a solo guy doing it myself, that's how I would do it.
Okay.
It's tough to do though.
Yeah, sure.
And it's not fun at all. Then there's I'm sure you've seen vinyl guys do it. They'll hold a big piece of film from here to here.
Yeah.
We'll pull the backing off of it, and then we'll bring it to the car.
Uh-huh.
It'll be somewhat similar to that. You can do that way for PPF as well. I just haven't been able to knock down that time under 20 seconds.
Okay.
So here, we are gonna open up our film, and we're only gonna open up 3-4 inches. So if you want, you can start on that side. Meet me halfway. My whole goal here is to just introduce a small amount of moisture in like the first 3 to 4 inches.
Okay.
So that I can grab the actual film and then you could grab the liner.
Okay.
This whole section right here, once we put it on the hood, is probably gonna get cut off. So like, let's say we have a small amounts of dust here, like it's not gonna affect our install whatsoever.
Okay.
So we have this open.
Yeah.
This has been chilling for like a minute now.
Way too long.
Way too long, right? We're gonna have some dust.
Okay.
So let's go back here. We'll spray it one more time. Squeegee it clean.
So you probably don't need to use as much water either, right?
No, not this time. We're just doing a quick clean. Personally, I obsess over those small details. Like, hey, this hood's been hanging out for too long. It's been 45 seconds. Let's go wipe it off real quick.
Yeah, it's what I immediately do for every tint pattern right before you're gonna install. Always just sweep it off because you can have lots of little whatever, and especially with this facing just flat and exposed. Yeah, just get this squeegeed off and put right on.
Sweet.
So with this, your environment matters a lot more, even than window tint. Window tint you can do in a lot of different places, but there's no way to cover this up.
No, and now this will be our final spray down, and we're not gonna wipe it off.
Okay.
So let's grab our film.
There you go, I feel better now.
Oh yeah. All right, and this will be our first time doing it, so hopefully it's not that bad.
Okay.
So give me your hands like this. Yep. You hold the film.
Okay.
Transition to your wrist.
Okay.
Yep. And then bring it close to your chest.
All right.
There we go. So I'm gonna open this, and you're gonna grab this. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. There we. Yeah. Put it on your wrist.
Yep, it's getting away from me.
So hold it with that.
What do you mean? Like this, or?
Hold the liner. Yes. There we go.
Where's my liner? Okay.
And this
that's gonna be like this.
Yeah.
And then the roll's gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bring it closer to your chest.
Okay.
There we go. That allows it to not fully open.
Okay.
So for this being our first time, we're totally fine. Okay.
I see what you're doing.
So let's bring your hands to about 12 and 12 inches from the edge.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go super wide.
Yep.
And my whole goal is to put tension.
Yep.
So as we walk, you start walking away.
Yep.
I start walking towards the car. We keep it nice and tight. You can lower it.
Hey, that was cool.
So for me,
Yeah.
that's the easiest and the quickest.
That was really quick. Yeah. You definitely need 2 people to do it, but that was super efficient.
Yeah. And that was your first time ever doing it.
Yeah.
So like you do that 2, 3.
Yeah.
By the third time, you're like, oh, we got like.
It's my first time minus a million windshields that I've reverse rolled, but none of them have been quite like that. But I see what you're doing. You're trying to anchor it here, and just like that roll is going in your elbows there.
It's
cool.
my PPF reverse roll.
I like that.
It's not bad.
No, and that lined up.
Yeah.
Oh,
As long as we
damn near perfect.
as long as we both know kind of what we're doing,
Yeah.
we could get that on so quick. So
Yeah.
we sprayed it, wiped it,
Yeah.
sprayed it
Yeah,
one more
because
time.
there's no extra like exposure time. It's not like a parachute going on or whatever. It's already facing down. Super seamless. Yeah,
Me and one of my other guys do it in like 10 seconds.
that's nice.
And it'd be rare to like then get dirt, contamination, stuff like that under the film. And if you did,
Yeah.
hey, it's just slightly bad luck.
Okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So if we were to start squeegeeing right now,
Yeah.
it would be awful
Yeah.
because we put a lot of moisture on the hood,
Yeah.
but then we have no moisture on our adhesive side.
Uh-huh.
So we have to open it up a little bit.
Okay.
So let's open up the front. And you see how it's already sticking like crazy?
Yeah.
So let's open it up. And we'll go halfway. And we'll spray the adhesive plus our hood.
Okay.
Then we'll go to the top. And we'll do the same.
What?
Yep.
Just give it a bath.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I'm a little.
Yeah, if we were slightly off, this is when we could do our adjustment.
Okay. Yeah, we just loosened it up from everywhere.
Yep. So let's say remember you're 3 inches over?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Yep, I've got coverage everywhere.
Good.
So. So then after you readjust, just like leave a good bulk of slip sitting under it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That way it's not going to continue to dry out.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're gonna have fun. This hood is already starting to stick,
Just had that
which is gonna be
little
be fun.
extra slip under it.
right that little extra that we needed.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to learn from it though. All right, so this is what I'd be looking for when I'm doing some PPF is, hey, does my whole film move?
Yeah.
Right? This is what we're looking for. To me, this looks like a happy piece of film.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want. If I was to do this, just stick my hand in the middle, I want to be able to shift the whole piece of film.
Okay.
If it was getting stuck here and here and here,
Yeah.
then we'd have to relift, spray more solution, and then we could start afterwards. But you don't want it to be sticking at all before you even start squeeging. So we did polish up the hood, nice hair, like a good percent, right? So here's what happens. When you're polishing paint, you don't necessarily have to polish paint before you install PBF. It's nice to do it, but what's happening is as your pad is spinning,
Yeah.
it's creating micro swirls on the paint.
Okay.
And it's also heating up the paint, which opens up the pores, so that allows the film to actually come in and grab more of the body, and it won't peel off so easily.
Yeah.
Let's say if this thing was finished out to perfection, like 100%, no scratches, no nothing,
Yeah.
film would come and it would try to grab onto it and it'd have nothing to grab.
Okay.
So it'd be tough for it to stick onto the paint.
Okay.
So a slightly swirled up paint for
Yeah.
PBF is actually fantastic.
Okay.
But, oh yeah, this thing is nice and sticky.
Yeah. Do you want to up your slip at all, or?
I kind of want to up it up right now.
Okay. Yeah,
Let's
let's
do
do
that.
that then.
Let's do the extra 20 in each. So we have a really big piece of film, right?
Yeah.
If we were just to try and squeegee this out right now, we'd run into just crazy issues because we have too much excess film in certain areas.
Okay.
So we want to do what we call in our industry is a 4-corner stretch.
Okay.
So we're going to tack, let's say that back corner, this corner, and then we're going to do these 2 stretches and tack to the front bumper.
Okay.
And then we're going to try, you see this big finger?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try to stretch it out to where we can get the edge of this hood to be flush, so all the fingers disappear.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Slide on over here.
All right.
So we're just using hot distilled water or just hot water. Doesn't even have to be distilled.
Just gotta be clean.
Just gotta be clean water. Just have some nice clean water. All right. Now that we actually have film on the car, we're gonna utilize those 3 inches that we had before. We wanna lay this thing down as flat as possible. So let's say something like that.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to look pretty because all this is gonna get cut off anyways.
Okay.
Your side, let's lock that side down.
So, and on this side, we're gonna be, you wanna pull some of this flush?
Exactly. So we have a couple fingers on the back of the hood. We want to do, let's imagine a 10% stretch. So you want to do a 10% stretch to get rid of those fingers, and then we get this to tack down here.
Okay.
So something like that.
Okay. So now all those fingers went away and everything's laid flush right across that top edge.
Exactly. That's what we're looking for.
Okay.
That's good. That one's good. Those are the easy ones to do. The front ones are slightly harder.
Okay.
And the front ones are the harder ones because we have these massive fingers, and these are the ones that we're going to try to get rid of.
Okay.
So I'll do one first, and then I'll pull mine up, and then I'll have you. That way you can get a little stretch time. So here's what we're looking for. All right, so we want this thing somewhat floating, and floating means like, hey, the film is happy, it moves around. We have big finger, big finger, big finger, lots of fingers over here as well. Our goal is to stretch diagonally. Like if we were standing on top of the hood, imagine a big X.
Yeah.
Right, so we're gonna stretch from that corner to this corner.
It's like a bed sheet. You're trying to stretch it over your bed.
Our goal is to stretch until those fingers go away.
And wiggle it as you go, so
Yeah.
it all frees up, and now all these fingers just went completely away.
Yeah.
Because then all that lays flush.
Yeah. So the wiggle, if I was just to pull straight and I hold it here for about 5 seconds, locks in.
Okay.
But if I keep the film in constant movement,
Yeah.
it'll never stick until I tell it to stick.
Okay.
Right? So then boom, it sticks. It's already sticking there for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
So we got to get this to lock in.
Okay.
So that we can leave it alone, so then we can go do that side.
Okay.
There's 2 ways that I've been slowly teaching people, and one of them, you can use the tack, which is just hot, clean water. This usually works really well. My goal is to stretch, and it's not to overstretch. It's just to get proper stretch, right?
Okay.
Proper stretch, get it to where you want it, hold it, and squeegee it down so it stays.
Yeah.
If that doesn't work, which sometimes it doesn't, what I like to do is utilize the actual, use the adhesive, like raw adhesive, on a dry body panel. Now it turns into kind of like vinyl.
Yeah.
As soon as that touches this body panel, it's gonna grab right away.
Okay.
So all this is getting cut off anyways. So we're gonna wipe this completely clean. We're gonna wipe this completely clean. And then we're gonna get our stretch. And then we stick that, and now we're golden.
Okay.
Right? I don't wanna play around with all the stretching and whatnot.
Yeah.
If you can get it to lock in for a couple seconds, then you come in and you really secure it down with your squeegee.
Yeah.
Push it down, and then that's golden right there. What we're looking for is this to look flush. We don't want big fingers in the way.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and try this one. And I really like the dry technique. We'll do that one again. This is like a very, very new thing. Like in 2024 is when I started teaching this way.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, this is very, I honestly don't think anybody's doing this online, which is kind of crazy, right? Yeah.
No, it makes perfect sense.
All right, so we'll loosen all this up.
Yeah, and everything is laid completely flat.
Yeah, we'll get our stretch, and we're not gonna overstretch because anybody can overstretch.
Yeah.
The whole goal is to find perfect balance where the fingers go away. You're not overstretching your film, and then you get this to lay right there.
Yep.
That is what we're looking for.
That makes it so much easier.
Yeah. Now that we have the stretch,
Yeah.
now we'll refloat. We'll add more moisture underneath it, and then we can begin squeegeeing.
Okay.
But just for fun, let's have you do it.
Okay. So, one question too is like this stuck here,
Yeah.
but it's anchored here. So you would probably have to what, like re-lift it up, wet it?
So you don't necessarily have to do that. You can. You could also do a little bit of this.
Okay.
Just pop it up, and then you grab the moisture that's in the middle. You bring it on over to the dry area.
Okay.
And you give it a nice little shake. You break the film loose,
Yeah.
and then it's back to its original state.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But let's do those two back ones are so simple. It's very simple, just tack, tack.
Okay.
The front ones are the hard ones.
So do these ones.
Yeah, let's just practice those.
Do you want me to re-wet underneath it or just leave it as it is?
No, we'll be fine.
Okay.
Because I want it to be dry for when you go to squeegee it.
All right.
Yeah. We're Gucci. So let's try that out.
So from this one?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I will spray it because it seems to be getting nice and stuck. So extra spray there.
Okay.
You'll get to dry off the front. We'll get a little extra right here.
Okay.
And you may notice like I'm very aggressive with the film.
Yeah.
I think once you start playing around with PPF, it's an 8 mil thick film. You can be aggressive with it, and it's self-healing, so it'd be very hard to like damage the film.
Okay. So, well, I guess we'll just let that go. So we got these fingers here, and we want to just pull kind of from the corner. We're gonna do. Ooh, we got some water dripping down there.
Yeah, practice the stretch, because that's one of the hardest things to teach people.
So, feel like something right like that.
Just from here to there.
Right about there.
Pretty good. So you still have a couple little fingers here.
Okay. So a little bit.
Yep.
Right about
Much
there.
better.
Yeah. But now all this is really, really wet down
Yeah.
there.
So
we gotta wipe this off first.
Now we wipe that off.
Okay.
So I like what you did there because you practiced the stretch and you saw it. Now that you really want it to stick, now you can wipe it off, wipe off your film, and then you have an idea of how much you want to stretch.
Yeah,
you can get that to lay down.
I didn't really think about all the water running in as you're, because if it's still soaked down, all this is gonna kind of spill over, and then right like that.
Do a little more stretch. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Now we're talking.
Okay.
It's a very, if you're very new to PPF,
Yeah.
it's like kind of wild how much you can actually pull on the film, and you'll have to get used to it.
Yeah.
But once you realize that, like, hey, I can actually get on it,
Uh-huh.
you'll be very comfortable stretching it out. It'd be very, very hard for you to overstretch the film. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, because if anything, I was definitely being a little late with it.
Yeah, you were. You could put
So you can put like
you could put your weight onto it.
put a good amount of like onto it. Right about there. Okay. Wow. There we go. I got it. I don't have a great anchor point here. It'll hold.
It'll hold.
Okay.
If it holds, it
I
holds.
think so. Okay. Let's do the other side. Grab this.
Yep. These little areas are here already stuck. We'll pop those loose.
Okay.
And now the film is free floating once again. Now we can get our stretch. So when you're stretching these pieces out,
Yeah.
if you get your hand under it like this,
Yeah.
you create crazy tension marks. So if you can, let's do thumbs go on bottom,
Okay.
and then these sit nice and flat. Because if you can flatten this out, you flatten here out.
Okay.
Flatten that out, get your stretch, and this gives you a good anchor point also to like pull on.
Yeah.
Get that anchor, and then boom, slide it down.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. There's a couple little ones right here.
Mm-hmm. So we can always, once you get that one down, we can always go reassess the whole hood afterwards.
Because I mean, this is pretty mild.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So.
That one's totally fine.
Okay.
If it's holding, we're good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like it's about to let go. But it's right, it's good right there. Okay.
If it's holding, we're good. Okay,
Nice.
that's what we're looking for, is like, can we get that stretch? Right? Understanding that concept of stretch is probably one of the hardest things for PPF.
Okay.
But once you get it, like something clicks in your brain, it's like shrinking a back window.
Yeah.
Once it clicks, you get it, right?
Yeah.
Same thing for squeegee. Once you get it, you get it. Stretching, you get it. All right, let's, now that we put tension across the whole hood, right, there's certain areas that are gonna wanna stick like that.
Okay.
Because it goes film, moisture, body panel.
Yeah.
Right? Now that we put tension, it goes film, body panel. So there's like these high ridges right here, those are gonna tack right away. So we wanna go back in, we wanna refloat everything, get as much moisture underneath it,
Okay.
and then we're gonna start in certain areas. So before, when we were practice squeegeeing, we started in the middle.
Yeah.
This time, these high ridges take priority.
Okay.
So we're actually gonna start in these two sections.
All right.
So you can get that side. You're right-handed, right?
Yeah.
All right, you get this side. From wherever you can get moisture, we can start on top.
Okay.
The only thing that I try to teach is that use the pressure of your hose. Like, don't stick the hose all the way underneath,
Okay.
because the hose was sitting on the ground.
Yeah.
And if you go in there like halfway into the hood and you start shaking and you drop all this dirt.
Yeah.
Air for right now is totally good.
Okay.
We'll get rid of it soon.
I'm like paranoid to put my hand underneath the film. But you'll just go like straight in like this.
Oh, yeah.
As long as your hands.
As long as your hands are clean. So before my hand even goes in, I always spray it.
Okay.
But the goal is just to break up anywhere that's stuck.
Yeah. I got it.
And I like to wear watches. Normally I take them off.
Oops.
Still good?
It's not as good as yours is.
Oh. It's kind of wild how quickly this is sticking. But that's PPF.
Okay.
Nice and loose?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do a quick check. This is something that I like doing. So I know from experience, yeah, that area is stuck. These high ridges are gonna get stuck.
Yeah.
At any point you can go there and put good pressure,
Okay.
and you can actually shake your film loose. Like that whole area is stuck, right?
Yeah.
You can aggressively start to shake it. This is too much, so I'm actually gonna go all the way in.
Okay.
That. Now, once it gets stuck, then you can give it that nice little shake.
Okay.
And if everything is floating,
Yep.
and we're good to start. All right, let's do half the hood, and then we'll do the other one second.
Okay.
Cool? So let's do this one first. This one nice and loose. All right, so before we even start squeegeeing, just like in 10, those big pockets of air are annoying, right?
Yeah.
So we want to get rid of those before we even do anything. So big pocket of air,
Yeah.
we're gonna get rid of that.
Okay.
Same thing here. Big pockets of air, not your friend.
Oh yeah, and all the water just helps sweep that out.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So this is what we're looking for. All right. We've already practiced squeegeeing.
Yeah.
So I'd like you to just practice, or not practice, but this time fully do it.
From
Yeah. So now we actually have to start in this area, and you can break this ridge up into 3 parts. You could do the middle piece as one, then the 2 sides.
So I'm just going straight out this way?
We can go straight up and down if you want. So we can go this way,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
It's always nice to have a little bit of moisture on top.
Sure. Okay. And then wow. That didn't go
Very
well.
different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, once you put like film on the car and you start squeegeeing, it changes everything.
Yeah. These bubbles.
So that area,
That was a little bit better, but it left some behind.
one of the reasons why I love this squeegee
Yeah.
is because this squeegee actually takes the shape of that little valley.
So you're gonna take that edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll break this up into 2 pieces. I'll do this edge,
Mhm.
and then I do this edge.
Okay.
And then I'm extracting that way and extracting this way. So this is where angle plus pressure plus like how you're holding it matters a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, because I just left a lot of air bubbles, but yep.
So you can go up towards that way.
Okay.
And this is when it starts to get fun. Like you can be as creative as you want with it. Just don't overthink it.
Yeah. Just trying to make sure I got everything.
Yeah.
I think that went pretty good.
So when you're tinning, you do your soft pass and then probably a harder pass, right?
Yeah.
So I like doing soft passes first,
Okay.
and then I'll come in with the second one that's a lot heavier,
Okay.
and that'll be like my 80% pressure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Now it's about extracting that way, and you could do long strokes, you could do shorter strokes. It's totally up to you.
Okay.
The whole goal is just to not leave water on top. If you don't leave any water on top, in theory you shouldn't leave any water on the bottom. So that's why I like doing those first practice passes in the beginning without the film,
Yeah.
because it helps at least give you an idea of how you should be squeezing. It's also nice you have a lot of experience with squeegees already. I knew you'd be great at this.
Okay. Then for just put more pressure right at the edge.
Yeah, right at the edge, more pressure. In that area, so since we did pull our film this way, we're creating like an anchor point here.
Yeah.
So all this moisture needs a new exit,
Okay.
an area where there's no tension, right?
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'd have to move it
So
towards.
just sweep it away from your anchor points. Okay. Okay.
Not bad, right?
No.
Not at all. So from here, we can start working toward the middle.
Okay. All right. I'll split this up.
How long would this take you to do if you were doing this by yourself? Just a full bulk.
Full hood bulk, probably 30 minutes, start to finish. And it's, you know what, like squeegeeing it out is like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you wait 10, 15 minutes for it to dry. And then you cut it out. Yeah, and then, yep, then you start to fold. And you can go to halfway, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Let's do.
But stay like near there because we still got to sweep all that out.
Correct.
And then I'll come back up in this direction.
Yep. We'll do the top half.
I don't know if this is.
That was nice.
Yeah, I just see it right here.
You know why you did that?
Yeah, because it's binding right here.
You have that tension, right?
Yep. I just want to make sure. Right there. Oops.
Oh yeah.
Oops. Yeah.
See, at any point,
A little bit more.
at any point, you could do 1 pass, 2 pass, 3 pass.
Okay.
You're totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, my anytime I did PPF on a HUD, it was basically a kit, and it was what they would call, it was either from the center out or it was coast to coast. I generally did a little better center out, but you're like trying to push all the fingers forward. You're not actually like, this is way easier because you're already getting rid of all the fingers, and then you're just using all the water to sweep out the air and then carry out the rest of the water. Then you're not actually like, you're not trying to like shove a bunch of fingers down. No. Because you really don't want that.
You don't.
You want everything to kind of relax and stay on it, because you always have the potential for those fingers and stuff to like pop up afterwards.
You want everything? I think film should be laid down as relaxed as possible. Like if you have to like push film out, or like you're forcing the film to do something, it's gonna fight you.
Yeah.
So even though you got it down, it's probably gonna lift back up. So
Right.
we got it nice and loose.
Mm-hmm. Is there, you can do either section, doesn't really matter. You just want to get this air out.
Yeah, you just want to get the air out.
Right.
And be very soft with your hands,
Oh, okay.
because your hands can become squeegees.
Yeah. Okay.
So the whole goal here is just to move the air and not squeegee the film down.
Okay. Trying anyways.
And then on that side, once again, we'll start on the high ridge,
Okay.
and then we'll work our way out towards the second ridge, and we could finish this completely at the end.
Okay. All right. So. And then really like, I'm gonna try and get that squeegee. I know we left a bubble.
Yeah, you want to get that squeegee to take like that shape of that valley.
We can go up that way. Yeah. Making sure that squeegees kind of like fit in those little contours is really, I think, what I was missing, because they tend to just go overlapping the edge, and then that's not really going in the depth. So yeah, using that edge and making sure that is matched up there.
Yeah, this like
Okay.
this angled squeegee is my favorite. It's my go-to. So just it's like that multi-tool that you just need and love.
Yeah. Okay. So getting used to my angles here.
That, and it goes into like the squeegee.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it.
Nice.
What are some common mistakes that beginners make? Like we do 10 classes, and there's like 10 things that everyone does.
So the number one thing is the soap mixtures.
Oh yeah, because
Like if your soap mixture is off, good luck. If it's too slippery, you're not gonna have fun. If there's not enough slip, you're not gonna have fun. It's so bad. So slip is usually the number one, like, hey, you messed that up. The second one is the squeegeeing. Like we spent 15 minutes just like figuring out how to squeegee.
Yeah.
People will put the film on and then they're like, let's figure it out. And it's already too late, right? That, and then stretching. Overstretching, understretching, not stretching at all. Not
an area that's not.
that one. People mess up all the time. And then the final one is the cutting. and then the wrapping,
Okay.
which are to me the hardest ones. Like putting it on, squeegeeing it out, stretching it out, easy. Putting a knife to it, not cutting the paint, not messing up your cuts, that's the hardest part.
So if there's I can see there's a little guy right here, little air pocket.
So the little ones, if you catch them early, so as you were working here, I went to the other side, and I was double checking everything, just to make sure. If you catch a little bit, like a small bubble early, you can still get at it, and you can be more aggressive with your squeegee. So right there, I dragged it. It was here. I dragged it to about here.
Okay.
But you have to catch it early, right? If I had waited 10 minutes, 15 minutes, it's 85 outside. It's like 83 in here. You may have 2 minutes, 3 minutes before that actually dries up, because you won't be able to shift it. Right? If it's just trapped moisture, it should evaporate. But if it's trapped moisture with air, the air will stay.
Okay.
And then we can't do anything about that.
Okay. So would you lift it all up, flush some water back there, and do it?
If it came down to that, yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't lift the whole thing up, but I would lift up to this section.
Okay.
And I would
like rinse off your hand and try and pull all this up.
Yeah.
And then sweep it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ask a question real quick? So what happens if like right at this point, right now, you notice you've got a hair right here?
Oh, we just go back in and grab it.
So like, is the same thing, you just gotta catch it early enough?
Yeah, you have to catch it early. I try to teach people like, hey, PPF is very friendly. You can go back in there, like let's say 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. Once it's down and dry, you can go back in there and chase it, grab the hair, pull it out, soak everything back up, put it down, and it should still look fine. If I had waited in 30 minutes to 45 minutes, when you go to lift it, you'll probably get distortion.
Okay.
You'll get a lift line. You may, it might not look that well. So you really have to be on point with everything that you're doing.
It's like the same rules with window tint, really. You always want to sweep it out as soon as you can, and if you give it a quick check over for anything like that.
So once you become, let's say, like a master at squeegeeing, so a lot of my students, I tell them, hey, squeegee, and then wipe it off before you keep going, right?
Okay. So you do this side, wipe it off, check for any of those air pockets, and then go worry about that side, because that side's all wet. You can sweep it up. Oh, you're really just gonna sweep off the water too.
So as I'm squeegeeing, I'm doing that process. So I'm squeegeeing, taking all the water out. I'm extracting all the water off the top, so that allows me to see my film. So if I did have a hair here, it's not until the end that I catch it. I catch it right now.
Yeah, I got one right here.
Little hair or little bubble?
Bubble.
So we have to remember there's a couple rock chips, nasty ones, that are in here.
But this is definitely...
So small moisture pockets, like the size of your pinky nail, they will go away.
Yeah. Have you ever used a wider squeegee?
I have.
Yeah.
If it takes the shape of the curves nicely, I'll use it.
I'm gonna try one of those sometime and just see, because I'll do that specifically for windshields, because same thing, a lot of surface area. The quicker you can just squeegee it off as streak free as you can, the sooner you can see that type of stuff.
Right.
This all looks, that's just
Small moisture.
a little moisture pocket. It doesn't look like air.
I wonder if I can just put that one in really quickly.
And then, ooh,
There.
pretty nasty air pocket right there too that I left behind.
So what is that? It's a small moisture pocket that was left behind. And usually those happen. That happens when you
That's a bigger one for
the
sure.
squeegee technique was just not on point.
Yeah.
There was just a section that we accidentally missed. But if you catch it early and we go aggressive,
Yeah, all of these.
I was able to actually pull it all the way out.
Okay.
And I'm happy we found that now.
Yeah.
Versus 30 minutes ago.
Right. So like this one, I want to rinse some water, or I want to just drag it out.
Ooh, okay.
That one's bigger.
So that one we would have to
lift?
Yes. Wait,
How do you know?
oh, okay. Let me show you.
So you're always
how you-
looking for the bright white spots, right? But
yeah. So there's a cool trick. I don't know if you use a flashlight ever.
no.
But if you have like a big, like that moisture pocket that was there, if you put a light on it and you hit it from every angle and it doesn't light up like a Christmas tree, then you know it's just moisture. But this one, whatever angle I put on it,
Yeah.
you can see that big pocket of air.
Yeah.
So then that one, once it dries up, it'll leave that pocket of air.
Yeah.
So that one we do have to go back in
Okay.
to give it a nice shape. We'll have to come in through here,
Yeah.
and to get to that, we're gonna have to open maybe that much.
Okay.
It'll be good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you just go in there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man.
Yeah. Boom.
There you go.
All right, so now let's re-soap all that. On these edges right here,
Oh no.
you want to somewhat feather it out. Yep. So then go around, feather, be light on it, and this will minimize that distortion line that we're gonna get.
Sure.
It should make it nice.
Okay.
Now you just go act like it wasn't there, and you imagine 10 minutes ago you were just squeegeeing out.
Right.
That's what we would do.
Nope. Ooh.
So this right here looks awesome, and then
This.
here, small little dry marks. So we have to go back in.
Yep. Well. Because it's just like similarity, like so many similarities there between like a windshield that you just messed up.
Yeah.
Imagine PPF is like doing just windshields all day.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like fun.
Windshields aren't fun. Just doing model lines every day. That's what PPF is like.
Okay.
Looks really nice. Oh
Yeah, because it was a good amount of stress. And then the other thing is just when you're touching that, right? I mean, little dirt that might be on your finger, basically digging into the glue there.
Yep. You can. So that's where we play this game. Like, hey, you left a small piece of air.
Yeah.
But now that you opened it, you introduce more dust.
Yeah.
Right? So now we're playing this game. That's why it's always best to just get it on the first shot, not
Yeah.
the second or third, right?
Yeah, leaving air behind is like probably the biggest oof
Yeah.
type of thing because that's all preventable. If you had like a miscellaneous hair or something like that, like sure, that can happen. My bad, but that actually looks shockingly good.
That looks awesome.
Because I would expect there to be just like a ton of little speckles kind of up here, but I don't see maybe like one or two minor ones.
What I like is the fact that this film was sticking relatively quick.
Yeah.
And let's say it was 10 minutes, right?
Uh-huh.
You went in there, picked this back up, and in all reality, there's like right here,
Yeah.
there's no line whatsoever.
No, that one air pocket tension line that was there, that's gone because we lifted it up again. Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, that looks good.
When I was first like creating this film, I decided to go with a lower tack. Like, I don't want a super aggressive. I want people to learn to install the film
Yeah.
and not have to rely on the adhesive like to be super strong.
Uh-huh.
Because if we had a super strong adhesive and you tried doing that,
Oh yeah,
Good
I'd
luck.
pull.
it would leave lines. It would. I mean, you could probably pull it up and leave glue underneath there.
Uh-huh.
It would be wild. But like with my film, you get so much more time to play with the film.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go after that one.
No? You think
Who are you
it?
going after?
I was gonna go after that little one.
I went far.
Huh?
Kind of far.
I know.
But I ain't gonna stop you. But just know that if you go in and we add a hair, 2 hairs, 3 hairs, we're gonna have to leave them.
Yeah.
Remember, here's the thing.
It's okay. I know the customer.
Small pocket of air,
Yeah.
giant chip marks on the front.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ooh, that is.
it's on there because that was the first one we did the first time.
I'm gonna stop right now.
So,
you forgot, well, could you do any needling?
so there's the final piece, the final at the very end. Let's say you're done, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I missed that one thing.
Yep.
You can always grab these small little needles, and it's just like a bubble, right? You pop the bubble, extract the air,
I got one there
and then
too.
it goes away.
Uh huh. Cool. But yeah, next time I'd probably have. I mean, I don't know if you'd agree, but a little bit more slip to it, so it's just not grabbing. Or you like where it's at right now?
So here's what's happening. The car is hot.
Okay.
Because we had pulled it in this morning, right?
Yeah.
So like the engine's hot.
So how long is it gonna take to like? You're talking like overnight, probably.
Cool it down.
Yeah.
A couple hours at least.
Okay.
Yeah, because that engine's hot. So here we have the hot engine
Yeah.
plus the hot panel.
Yeah.
Plus we polished it, right?
Yeah.
Had we not polished it, it probably wouldn't have been as sticky.
Okay.
And then it gets tricky because like if you add a lot more soap,
Yeah.
you can actually, your film, as it starts to sit, it'll still want to shift and you'll create other issues.
Okay.
So adding more soap is actually not the solution.
Okay.
For this hood, working faster would be the solution. Not
Working faster and squeegeeing better.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think it actually turned out amazing.
Yeah, that turned out really, really good overall.
If we were to do it again, I'd be like, oh, we just gotta do it
Yeah.
20% faster.
Get
and
going.
we just have to be on it.
Yeah.
And that it would fix everything that happened. Because now we're being reactive to something that we shouldn't even have been there.
Okay.
We should already be on like the edges and cutting it out, right?
Yeah.
So that's where like
We gotta do
spend that
video.
time on the.
You want to go over like this stuff here?
Yeah, that's the stuff I want to go.
Okay.
And don't worry, we're gonna do the whole front end. We'll have plenty of time to
I don't want to do that. I just want to do full hoods and then call it a day.
We could just sell full hoods.
Yeah. Right.
We only do hoods.
We have a couple small fingers, right, like here.
Yeah.
A couple in the front, and that's from us. Let's say we needed 95% stretch. We only got to 90, so
Okay.
we needed that 5% more.
Yeah.
But something like this is totally fine. When it comes to fingers, if they're the size of your pinky nail, you're golden. No
Okay.
big deal, right? If they're the size of your pinky,
Yeah.
then we really struggled on the stretch, and we should have probably not even started. We should have really dialed in the stretch. Something like this, if you just grab your tack, you spray it down, spray a little bit on top, grab our film, put tension on the edge, and then extract, and we hold that for about 2 seconds, 2, 3, then it's take that.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
So the goal there is to really try and flush out all the soap. Because right now, once you're finishing your product, soap at this part is not your friend. So you want to completely get rid of it.
I see. Okay.
It's always nice to have
Oh, that's a chip underneath.
a little moisture on top, always helps. Gotta keep it nice and wet.
Yeah, it's funny when you start focusing so much on something that you miss all the little things. Now I know how my students feel. It's been a minute.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah,
That is true.
cause you see all these things, and then
you
same
can-
thing at my tint classes. I see those too, like immediately. You're just like, oh, you forgot this, you forgot that, and no, this.
You're so hyper focused on a couple things.
Yeah.
You forget the big picture.
Okay. Pretty good.
Awesome.
All right. Yep. All the edge stuff really easy to touch up.
Yeah,
You
so-
lift up, flush out.
Once we got to 90%, right, it's all squeegeed out, stretched out, we got everything almost done. This is like the final 10%. Is when we go around with our tack and we really lock on the whole edge.
Okay.
And we want to let that sit for 5-10 minutes before we cut everything out.
Okay.
Because film has tension, right?
Yeah.
So let's say I only waited 1 minute and I went to cut it out, the film might want to pull back. And then that's where you get all these blowbacks and your fingers start showing up and film starts stretching back to its original flat shape. So you really want to give it 5-10 minutes before you go to cut it out.
Oh. Okay.
And I'll go around the whole edge.
Okay.
Do that to everything and we'll let it hang out for 5 minutes and then we'll cut it out.